did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy.
Hold me back.
Floyd Mayweather has issued a warning to Canelo Alvarez after recently sparring with Terence Crawford and training alongside him in the gym. Mayweather's message was clear. After seeing Crawford up close, he believes Canelo should be cautious about what he's walking into.
Been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like, man.
It's actually Terence Crawford and his team who reached out to Floyd Mayweather, inviting the boxing legend to join their training camp in preparation for the high-stakes showdown with Canelo Alvarez. On September 12th, Mayweather didn't just show up, he actively participated. Offering valuable insight and guidance, he observed Crawford's training, watched sparring sessions, and even stepped into the ring to work with him directly. Footage shared on social media shows Mayweather and Crawford ringside, deep in discussion as Crawford and his team listened intently to Floyd's advice. From there, the two stepped into the ring together.
I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there is a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people this, I said, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
Mayweather gave Crawford hands-on instruction, focusing on defense, stance adjustments, foot positioning, and overall ring movement. Then came a light sparring session where Crawford unleashed a flurry of punches, testing his ability to break through Mayweather's legendary defense. At times, he pressed forward with relentless offense. At others,
when I fought Canelo, I was 36, and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions. Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
He shifted gears, fighting off the back foot and working on countering Floyd's shots. After the session, Mayweather was asked for his thoughts on Crawford's performance. He had high praise. Crawford is a hell of a fighter, one of the greatest of his generation.
And the world said he was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say?
What's that?
Oh, this guy all washed.
He reminds me of myself and some of my toughest opponents. I love his hunger and the legacy he's trying.
Floyd, what'd you think of Canelo's performance against Billy Joe Saunders?
I didn't even see it. What do you fight on the app? He said he fight on the app now, right?
Yeah.
Well, the real fighters fight on Showtime.
The more his leg.
The footage of Terence Crawford training with Floyd Mayweather quickly went viral, sparking a wave of excitement among boxing fans. Many rushed to comment on how powerful it was to see the legends of the sport sharing the ring.
It's really that they don't want, it's not that they don't want to see Tank win because they feel like it's beating me because I dominated the fight game for so long. But these same writers are out here, they praise Canelo. He can pick and choose who he want to fight.
Much like Crawford's memorable session with Andre Ward ahead of a previous fight, seeing Crawford and Floyd training together is a beautiful thing. One fan wrote,
Would you agree with that?
Canelo?
Right.
Oh, that's the easy one.
I'm proud Crawford is taking all the right steps. I hope he pulls off the win on fight night. Canelo's not ready for what Crawford's bringing. Another fan added, that ring is suffering from too much greatness. If this were ever a real
it's really that they don't want, it's not that they don't want to see Tank win because they feel like it's beating me because I dominated the fight game for so long. But these same writers are out here, they praise Canelo. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm going to tell you,
fight. I honestly think Crawford would win. The praise didn't stop there. One comment read, Crawford needs to listen to Floyd if he wants to beat Canelo. He should also get insight from Bivol. Those guys know something most fighters don't.
Which fight was more difficult between Mayweather or Bivol, and why?
I think both are similar. Just Bivol is bigger, so I think
it's their footwork and style, but Crawford has what it takes. He just needs to put it all together. The online buzz reflects just how much anticipation there is for Crawford's upcoming bout, and how significant the Mayweather connection could be in shaping his preparation.
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence.
I really appreciate how the right people are rallying around Terence Crawford. He's getting the support he needs, and I honestly believe he'll win by decision. The commenter also gave a shout out to Floyd Mayweather, referencing his own history.
Canelo's a hell of a fighter. There's a lot of great Mexican fighters. That's not for me to rate fighters. I just take my hat off to so many fighters that paved the way, for me to be where I'm at, just, throughout life.
History with Canelo Alvarez. Back in September 2013, Mayweather faced a young, undefeated Canelo in a high-stakes bout for the WBC and WBA light middleweight title.
What was that like? I trained so hard, and now obviously I tried to beat him because, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's one tough fights and difficult.
It was the 45th fight of Mayweather's legendary career, and was billed as one of his toughest tests yet. But once the bell rang, it became clear that Mayweather was on another level. Despite the pre-fight hype and Canelo's reputation as a rising star, the fight turned into a masterclass from Mayweather.
Look at like Floyd, and some boxers look down on Floyd doing these exhibitions, saying it's not real, it's just a cash grab. What are your thoughts on that? Would that be something that you would do?
Look, he's retired. He can do whatever he wants, right? And I think I'm gonna miss boxing when I'm retired a lot, and maybe I can do one or two.
Who outboxed the Mexican sensation from start to finish? Though Mayweather won by a majority decision.
He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just moving a lot.
Do you think that's a style you have to employ in points of the fight?
I don't know, because if you watch the styles that beat him, they didn't move a lot. They moved a little bit, but not as much.
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154. And he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66?
Many fans and analysts believed the bout was far more one-sided than the judges' scorecards reflected. It remains one of the defining moments of Mayweather's career and a key reference point for fans.
Canelo ain't gonna come down, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford.
Fans who now believe he can pass on the knowledge Crawford needs to overcome Canelo. In their upcoming showdown, clips Mayweather controlled the fight from start to finish, showcasing his superior skill and ring IQ to clearly outclass Canelo over 12 rounds, ultimately earning a majority decision win. While the outcome was evident to most viewers.
One of the top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see. Everything is possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it, sit down really well and figure out something.
I know you thought he was kind of a lose-lose situation.
Judge C.J. Ross controversially scored the bout 114 to 114, a call that left many, including Mayweather himself, stunned. In a candid interview with Fight Hype, the now 47-year-old didn't hold back.
From 140, 147, now 154, that's even greater for him. he wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and you know, at that point it's more of a big fight, you know, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that match.
Back when, reflecting on Canelo's performance, summing up the bout in just 3 words, Mayweather said, "He was nothing." He went on to elaborate, offering a blunt assessment of